Alrighty guys, as I keep bringing us another Dragon Ball Legends TOP video. This will be part 2 of the walkthrough. If you guys missed out on part 1, I will link it in the description down below. So let's go ahead and get right into it because we need to secure that top 25% 1000 juicy CC, right? So let's, the last time we left off right here, Kid Buu is in a terrible position, and that's really bad for me because that's my only red unit right here, right? I mean, everyone else will get by, I think, for the rest of the board, but Kid Buu being this low in HP at this point in time, only at 45%, I think it's a little bit of an issue right here. It's a little bit something to worry about, right? But let's go ahead and get right into the pathing. We're gonna go straight above us to this 5-5 stage right here. And it is going to be somewhat of an easy stage at the very least, right? This team doesn't really have too much synergy. Let's go ahead and talk about our layout. Alright, so this is the formation we're going to be running right here. We're kind of just color countering the enemy team. That's usually what you'll see me do here, especially when it comes to just ragtag teams like this. So let's go ahead and talk about the attack order that we're going to be doing. Alright, so for attack order, I do want to go for launch first, right? Because we do have Buu tanks with the super attack, and then I want to start working on the greens, right? Because the greens, I only have Buu tanks right here. He's not getting the Zenkai Bust or anything like that. We've got to kind of preserve him a little bit. And then this Kaioken Goku is high priority. You guys can choose to attack him earlier if you guys want to, because he will get a super attack at the start of turn 3, and he does have fairly high key restore speed. And after that, let's try to work on some of these purple units a little bit, and then we'll get Cabba and then the Vegeta at the very end right here. Hopefully, Buu tanks doesn't take too much damage from Cabba or the EX Goku right here, but we'll see. Alright, so coming out of that one, we did have to use the rush in order to get the full kill right here, but everyone seemingly is in good amount of HP, and in terms of super attacks, Cell's coming up on his, and so is this Fat Buu right here, so I think we'll go ahead and take that. We did avoid the super attack from Kaioken Goku right there. I think he has to be on the 3rd slot or higher. He has to be within the first 3 slots, or else you are going to get super attacked by him. So I think that's important to note. Alright, so for the next fight that we're going to be taking on is for our 15th win streak bonus. This is one of the big boy fights right here, and it is against the androids. We will be bringing in both of our blues right here, so let's see what we got. Alright, so we're going to run it like this. Right, bringing in both of our blues right here, getting the super attack tile as well for Buu tank so we can do extra damage on that blue. We also, keep in mind, Red 18 is on the opposing team, so this top, I always say this, but I think it's important to say it, is these tiles will all get debuffed, including the tile that Cell is on right there, right? This one right here. So just keep that in mind. Alright, so for attack order, I want to try something a little bit different than the attack order I usually do. I'm going to go for 18 first, right? Because I want to clear those debuffs as soon as possible. And then we'll go for a green unit and then go right back to a red unit. Remember, the Super 13 can get his super attack on turn 3. You want to kill him before he actually gets that off, right? And then we'll go for Super 17, this EX, and then 16 at the end because he does possess death buffs, right? So let's go ahead and do it like this. Alright, fight honestly went perfectly, and I think that was the best way to do it, especially for the team that I had formed right here. I think the best way to do it definitely was rotating between the red, green, red, green, red, green. I think that's because typically the other times that I went after this fight, I went for the double reds, and it kind of like held me back a little bit. We didn't have to rely on the rush right there. We did get almost 3 million points off of that. I think that's pretty solid. Alright, so next fight though is another 5-5 stage to the left of us. It will be another android stage, but with the inclusion of the yellow 18, right? Which is actually good for us because the yellow 18 is absolutely terrible, without her Zenkai at least. Alright, so this is the formation we'll be using this time. You do see me bench the first form Cell for the Kid Buu just so we can have type advantage over that yellow 18, although it doesn't really matter too much. I'm just really hoping for him to get a little bit of hills right here, right? That's the main goal. But the most important thing about this formation is that we do have Buu tanks on a key restore speed tile. You guys already know how I feel about these key restore speed tiles and Buu tanks himself, right? Because with this tile, he will be able to get the first attack off, meaning that he's going to get his blue card off right at the beginning. And so I'm going to go ahead and just try to snipe a blue out right off rip, and for the most part, it usually works. Alright, so for attack order, I think once again, I will start off with the debuff 18. That way we can clear the debuffs right away, and then let's try to just get neutral. Let's just try to burn down this first form Cell, right? And then we'll go for Super 13. Then for Super 17, then 18, and then 16 at the very end, once again, because he does possess those death buffs. Alright, so coming out of that one, not bad at all. Kid Buu really didn't get the hill that I wanted him to get right there because he was just taking all of the attacks. But for the most part, everything worked out, especially with Buu tanks being able to attack first. So I guess we'll go ahead and take that. Alright, for this next fight, you actually have some options right here. This 5-fist stage that it looks like Sun Family, but it's not the full Sun Family. It's not the full puzzle right here, right? Because they are missing the Super Saiyan Gohan, which walls off all of your attacks on turn 1. So it makes it significantly easier, but there's still a lot of debuffs right here, right? Red 18 gives a debuffs, Nappa gives debuffs, all of that crazy. I'm pretty sure Great Saiyaman 1 and 2 also give debuffs. That's a lot of debuffs, honestly. So I don't know if you guys actually do want to do this fight right here. But we also have this 5-fist stage, which is the same fight that we just did, and we know that we are more than capable of doing it. So with that being said, I think I'm going to go ahead and just dive into this. So in terms of team formation, I think I want to go ahead and run it like this. You do see Piccolo on the special move tile, and I think he can get his special move off, right? Because you do get, what, 3% to your special move gauge, and then this Piccolo, he has it within his kit where he gets 20%, so he should be getting at least 23%, giving him that special move on turn 1, right? Plus, he also has the buff against androids. I think he can just one-shot one of the reds right here, and having 2 blues, having both of them be able to super attack right here, I think it's actually very valuable right here. You do see me actually just avoid these tiles. Once again, red 18 is right here. She will be debuffing all of these tiles right here, and then the tile where Piccolo is included on, right? So just, once again, keep that in mind. Alright, so that being said, I think we can honestly take out both of the reds here. So we're going to try to do that. We'll try to take out both reds, then first form Cell, then Super 17, this 18, and then 16 at the very end. Alright, so I'd say that fight went exactly according to the plan, except for just one thing, right? We were able to get both of our super attacks with our blue units, effectively just taking out both reds in turn 1. So everything just already immediately off to a great start. But I think I wasted a little bit too much time trying to burn down Super 17. I should have maybe attacked 18 before Super 17. I think I would have been able to have enough time to get through 18 and then super attack 17 with the LF Piccolo, effectively just finishing him off right there at that point in time. But other than that, 1.7 million points, I think we're good to go. Alright, so once again, opting for the 5-fist stage right here, it is against the Rival Universe team right here. Right, there's 2 EXs on here, although they do all buff each other. I think this isn't a bad fight at all. Alright, so this is the formation we will be using right here. Once again, you do see me utilizing this Ki Restore speed solely with Boo tanks because I do want to try to get that snipe off, right? And you are going to also see me utilize the special move tile with this Kid Boo because he's going to be able to transform his blue card into his ultimate arts card since he's at 97% to his blue. Alright, so for attack order, I think I want to try to snipe Bergadmo. Maybe the better choice would just be to go for the EX Rosie because I'm pretty sure she would just die from Boo Tank's super attack. But I kind of want to go for the big guns, for the boss, essentially, right? For the sparking unit rather than the EX unit. We'll try to get to Bergadmo, and then I want to get the green immediately out of the way, right? And then we can rotate our blues right back from the jump and then go for Rosie, right? The EX Rosie. And then we will go for Champa here, and then we can go for the doggos like this in this order. Alright, so honestly, I would say that was a complete flop on my part right here. We did get the full kill, but we did need the rush right there. 1.7 million points still isn't bad, but I probably would advise just going for the Rosie first instead of going for the Bergadmo. He was too tanky, dude. He took the entire blue card from Boo Tanks, and he still almost lived that entire first round. It was actually kind of crazy to see how well he tanked all that, and it kind of just disrupted the rest of the way I wanted things to go, right? Things just didn't go the way I wanted them to, essentially. Alright, so next we have this 4-fist stage ahead of us, which are to the left of us is what I meant to say, and it is a stage that we are very, very familiar with. Let's go ahead and talk about our formation here. Alright, so this is the formation we're going to be using right here, giving our blues a little bit of a rest, a little bit of a breather, right, especially since there's 2 greens on the opposing team. And I'm going to actually let Kid Boo get some of this healing from the Fat Boo, right? So let's go ahead and do it like this. Plus, Fat Boo is also going to be getting his super attack right here, and on the special move tile should hit pretty hard. Alright, my main question here, though, is should I risk it all and try to kill Bulma first and then the Kid Gohan? Right? I want to kind of like experiment with this because I know my Fat Boo is going to be able to get a super attack, but Fat Boo doesn't have the best Ki Restore speed either. Right, so I don't know if I'm going to give myself enough wiggle room to actually get through the Bulma. I know we can get through her turn 1 for sure, but will I be able to get through both her and the Kid Gohan on turn 1? That is the real question. Let's, honestly, you know what? Let's find out. Right, if it doesn't work out, I'll let you guys know and just switch it around like this, okay? Just make sure that if I get this wrong, and I tell you guys I get this wrong, go for Gohan first. But let's try to get Bulma out of the way, Gohan, and then we will go for Beerus, Piccolo, Whis, and then Shallot. I got super attacked. I got super attacked. Don't do it. Do not do it. It is not worth it. It's not. Well, I mean, we didn't take too much damage right there, but we still did get super attacked, which is not good. You can definitely tell that it did take a hit on our points itself too, right? 1.6 million. I mean, it's all right, I suppose. We were this close this close to actually pulling it off right here. Unfortunately, my earlier starters, the units that attacked before Fat Boo, were not able to finish off that Bulma. Had they did, though, however, if they were able to, we would have been able to kill that Kid Gohan and the Bulma in turn 1 successfully, but it didn't turn out like that. Alright, now moving on to our 20th win streak bonus, guys. Once again, 3-3 red-green androids, baby. We've seen it time and time before. Let's go ahead and get right into it. Alright, so once again, we find ourselves in a position where this Piccolo is going to be getting a guaranteed blue card, so we can take out both of the reds on turn 1 yet again. That's absolutely massive for us. So let's go ahead and just dive right into the attack order. You do see me using this Piccolo on the special move tile. That way he can upgrade his damage even further. Alright, so for attack order, I want to get rid of debuff 18, right? Definitely debuff 18. And then we can probably just nuke this guy as well, right? That would be absolutely huge for us. And then we can go for, let's see, go for this guy. And then Super 17, then Red Cell in 16. I think that'll actually do perfect. I think that'll work just fine. Oh man, that fight went so good, guys. It went, look at 4 million points off of that. Dude, that fight went so good that you probably didn't even need Fat Boo for this, right? Because Fat Boo doesn't offer a whole lot unless he's super attacking right here, except for the healing, right? The healing is really, really, really what you want the most from that Fat Boo. And TBH, like we really didn't need the healing right there. That's how good it went, right? We were just able to fly through this entire squad, even for it being a 5-fist difficulty. That was amazing. Alright, so in an attempt to try to get more points, we're going to take a little bit of a detour. So this is a little bit different than one of the route that I had mapped out on the initial guide video that I put out at the beginning of each season. We're going to actually go skip the 5-fist stage right here and go to this 4-fist stage over to the right hand side because there's tons of red units right here, right? And I know it has Goten on it as well, but it doesn't have that Super Saiyan Gohan that's always a pain in our butts, right? So let's go ahead and talk about our formation right here. Alright, so this is the formation we're going to be using right here, and I know it looks a little bit wonky, but you guys are just going to have to try and trust me on this. We do see the key restore speed, and usually I don't like to break formation of Fat Boo, right, healing both Boo Tanks and the LF Piccolo, but LF Piccolo is going to have to just go ahead and take this on the chin right here, right? We're going to give Boo Tanks this special, or this key restore speed tile, so he can attack first, so he can super attack first, and then this Kid Boo, he's at 97%. He will be getting that 3%. He will be getting his blue card, upgrading it to the ultimate arts, and we need that to go ahead and snipe the Goten before he can super attack us. Let's try it like this. Hopefully this works out for us here. Alright, so the game plan here is, I think we have to get rid of 18 first, especially because Boo Tanks is going to be on that key restore speed tile, right? And then Kid Boo will be attacking last with the ultimates. So I think we can get Goten out of the way effectively, right? And then after that, I think we can, because it's going to rotate back to my yellows. It's going to rotate back to my yellows for sure. I think we can get this guy out of the way. Then get Super 13. It's cutting it close with the Super 13. That's what I'm worried about the most right here, is putting him on that 4 slot, because he does get that super attack on turn 3. But this is, we're kind of getting experimental with it right here, right? And then after that, I think we can get this Trunks and then this Kale at the very end. Hopefully this works out for us. Oh my god, guys, this fight, I think this fight definitely was the move right here. This team lacked so much synergy that everyone was just crumbling, like at a single touch, right? You would hit them once and you would take out like half HP right there. I think this definitely was the fight to go ahead and move to. LF Piccolo is still thriving. He's still alive, right? Boo Tank's still definitely more than alive right here. I think this was a good play. Alright, so moving to the right of us, this 5-fist stage right here, we do have EX, or well, at least one EX right here. Multiple reds, which is always a pleasure to see, especially given the fact that we have 2 very powerful blues on the team. Right, there are some greens right here, which is going to be a little bit annoying, but nothing too difficult. Cell does have debuffs with him, though. This EX Cell does have debuffs. Let's talk about our formation. Alright, so this is the attack order that I think I'm going to opt into using for this fight right here. Once again, you see this Zenkai Piccolo. He's going to be able to get his super attack. That's why I have him in the super attack tile right there, right? He is going to be able to get this because he has 20% or 23% technically, right? So he is going to be able to proc that right there. I could put Boo Tanks on this special move tile, but I think it should be fine like this. Alright, so for attack order, this guy has a buff against regeneration, right? So if we can just snipe him, get him out of the way immediately, that would be great for us. Then we can go for first form Cell. And then after that, I think we're going to go ahead and just rotate back to our reds right here. We'll get this Goku, we'll get Kefla, and then we'll get the Cell and then Gotenks at the very end after he's like de-transformed, right? Once he goes back to Super Saiyan 1. Alright, so coming out of that one, I had a little bit of a brain fart there, guys. I'm sorry. I completely messed up. I completely goofed. I even mentioned that my Zenkai Piccolo, he was going to be able to get the super attack off right there, right? I completely forgot that Bootanks also was going to get his super attack off right there. So what we should have done in the attack order was just target 2 reds right off rip, right? Because Piccolo was able to just one-shot this guy, and we probably could have just one-shot the Kakarot Goku with the Bootanks right there, effectively just taking 2 reds out at once and then started focusing on some of the other guys right here. Other than that, we still got a good amount of points from this. We didn't take too much damage overall, got the full kill without using the Rising Rush, but it was definitely a massive oversight on my part. Alright, next fight we will be taking part in is this 4-5 stage to the left of us, and it is somewhat annoying. Right, somewhat annoying. We got a mixture of like droids, girls, the rival universe, and Saiyans, I guess. Alright, we are legit just going to use the same team formation as last time, except just the one thing is that Janemba is going to move up 1 tile right here. He's going to be placed on the special move tile. You might be asking yourself, why is Azdi putting him on the special move tile? He doesn't even have his special move available to him. Well, it's simply because if he gets hit with the blast card, he is going to get a special move, right? He gets 50% to the gauge if he does get hit with the blast card, and so he might be able to use this. Plus, I kind of want to just avoid that top row right there and the center tile, just due to the fact that Red 18, right? Red 18, I'll always warn you guys about Red 18. She does have really, she just has those annoying debuffs right there for those tiles. For attack order, though, I do want to get rid of debuff 18 as soon as possible. So we'll go ahead and start off by killing her. And then we will go for Kaba, then Kale, then this Super Vegeta, and then the Healer Goku, surprisingly, and then the Death Buff 16 at the very end, right? I like to save them for the very end. Alright, guys, you have to be really careful with this fight. Oh my god, bro. Oh my god, dude, my hands are literally shaking right now. So I definitely underestimated this team. There was so much cover changes that went on. I think I activated literally almost every single cover change, right? Kale has a strike cover change, or I'm pretty sure it's a strike cover change, right? 16 has a blast cover change, and both of these don't care about health restrictions, right? It doesn't matter what health that their allies are in, they can perform the cover change. And then this Goku also has a strike cover change. I think that one does have a health restriction on it, but 16 blew up on me. 16 actually activated his ultimate arts card on me. Thankfully, he did it on Janemba, so it didn't do too much damage, but imagine if he would have done it on one of my blues. Right? Imagine if RNG just absolutely screwed me over. RNG was definitely on my side with this. Definitely be careful of this fight. Alright, but the next fight that we will be taking on is another 5-5 stage right here. Very simple, very straightforward right here. Let's talk about our formation. Alright, for this formation, we're just going to be doing a complete color counter right here. Right, so you do see me actually bench Fat Boo, and the only reason why I'm going to bench Fat Boo is because 1, I don't think this fight is too difficult, too tedious, and 2 is because there's only 1 fight left after this. Right, I'm certain that, you know, I'm not even going to say that, but I'm very hopeful that Bootanks will not die right here. Alright, so for attack order here, I think we're going to actually, instead of going for the Kid Boo, since it's a 5-5 stage, I honestly don't, I'm a little bit unsure of Bootanks' special move damage here, so we'll play it safe. We'll go for the EX instead. And then I know the Kid Boo is going to, my Kid Boo is going to have his ultimate arts because we do have him on that special move tile. So hopefully we can just kill this Gohan right here. And then we have to get Bojack because he will get his super attack at the end of turn 2. Got to be really careful and cautious about that. And then I think we can actually double down on the purples, right? Because by the time it rotates back around, I think Piccolo will get his super attack, the Legends Limited one. And then we'll go for Kid Boo, or actually, should we go for Kid Boo here? We should go for this Goku first and then Kid Boo at the very end. Alright, so coming out of that one, I mean, it was alright. Alright, 2 million points, not too shabby or anything like that, but a little bit sloppy overall. This Goku is so annoying. Even though the fight itself is not too bad, this Goku is still so damn annoying to fight against because not only does he have a cover change, but he also has a counter for blast cards, right? He does his stupid little green card, stuff like that. But other than that, first turn went beautifully. Right, we got this guy out of the way, and then we were also able to get the Gohan out of the way on turn 1, and then we did avoid all the super attacks right here coming our way. So I guess it wasn't too bad. 2 million points. I'm okay with walking away from this fight with that much. All right, so for the last fight, right, it is going to be to the left of us. This 5-5 stage right here, and look at it, bruh. Look at this. I want you guys to look at this. I lined this up perfectly for us, where we have EX units on the board. You have a red, like this. Let's just go into formation, bro. Let's just soak it in. All right, so this is the formation right here. This is the last fight. So once again, I'm not going to be bringing in the Fat Boo right here, right? Because it doesn't matter if we need heals or not. We need points at this point in time, right? So let's go ahead and just start it off like this. Bootank still getting that special move tile, and I'm hoping that these two up at the top right here, this Piccolo and this Janemba, I'm hoping that they can get their special move due to the fact that this tile is special move gauge charge rate up. So hopefully we can attain those. Alright, so for the final attack order, we already know Bootank is going to be getting a special move. Let's go ahead and get the red unit out of the way. Then let's go ahead and get a purple. We'll get this Gohan. And let's get another purple, let's get Rosie, and then just save Super 17 for the end. I think this honestly will be okay. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that was the final battle. 5.1 million points. I'm very, very happy with that. Extremely happy with that even. We did get the entire kill right there. We did get the 300cc just from clearing right here. Both the Piccolo and Janemba were able to get their special move there. Right, even though it seemed like it was cutting it a little bit close right there, that I think that tile really helped out. I think the Piccolo was more sure of getting his super attack rather than Janemba, just because this Piccolo was getting the guaranteed 20%, and I did not get hit with the blast card with Janemba. And so that was a little bit unfortunate. Like I said before, both of them still got their super attack off. So we'll go ahead and walk away with all of that right there. And before we close out the video, you guys already know, we're going to go ahead and take a look at where we stand. Alright, so coming in at first place, you do see a battle score of 47 million, right? Now, given that we were like on the cusp of 46 million, I don't think we did too bad at all. So let's look at our ranking right here. 1,175 coming in with the 45.9 million battle score. I think this is really good. Like, this is, there's no way we're missing out on the CC, right? I'm honestly extremely happy with the score. And that being said, let me know where you guys placed, right? I always ask this question. Did you guys place higher than me? Did you guys place lower than me? Did you have any difficulty with this season, especially given that there was so many 3-3 green-red androids running around right here? Or did your team just easily breeze past them? And as always, if you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, definitely drop them in the comments down below. And if you guys enjoyed the content, consider leaving a like and maybe even consider hitting that subscribe button. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you guys so much for watching. Later!